Your book, Confiar en mí, Trust Me. I really, this splits the negotiation community in half when it comes to talking about trust. I speak to some practitioners who say trust has nothing to do with it, right? It's all about if you're able to provide a pragmatic, well-constructed deal, then and your product or service is best in class, then doesn't matter whether I trust you or not. And then on the other hand, trust is all important. If I don't trust you, then we can't even get to base one. And in one of your interviews, you gave the best example of that. I'll let you tell the story, but it's the story about United broke my guitar. And you shared that story. And I went and I did all this research on this and I started watching the videos. I think it's fantastic. So can you share the story on the lead-in as we start to talk about what's the power of trust in a relationship, in negotiations?
Well, it's a fascinating topic, right? Because like you said, and I fully agree with you, we have both sides, right? We have people saying like, well, trust, negotiation is not about trust, about other things, which I feel it's right? It's okay. And then people saying, well, trust is the foundation of everything, which is much more my approach. And of course, I feel that's right. We can negotiate with or without trust. That's not the issue. The only thing is that we know, and of course I guess that all of us we agree that's much nicer, successful, faster negotiating with trust, right? Back to the example, right? You mentioned the example of the guitar player, right? That they broke the guitar and he went on YouTube, right? And recording a song, right? So I think it's a very good example because it's not only about trust. I mean, it's about trust, but it's also about power. It's also about the concept of power, right? What does it mean to be powerful today in negotiation? And this is an example of a conflict between a big airplane company, right? And between a guitar player. And I'm not talking about Bob Dylan or Eric Clapton, right? I'm talking about a young guitar player who was not very famous, but he was frustrated because he wanted to check in the guitar and they said no and so on, were a typical conflict with the airplane company. And finally, the guitar was broken, and of course he was very disappointed. And he went on YouTube and he played a song, joking about that, and so on. And well, the impact was huge in terms of communication, in terms of reputation, in terms of image, and so on. And I think that there's two learning points from this. One is that today everything could be visible very quickly for the best and for the worst, right? This podcast hopefully will be very visible, so you never know what could happen, right? But suddenly things could go very, very fast. And two is the concept of power and the symmetry of power. Today is not that clear who is the most powerful into a situation.
Yeah.
I don't know, is the US more powerful than Luxembourg? Well, yes, from many perspectives, and maybe not from other perspectives. I don't know, right? It's Apple or Tesla or whatever, Coca-Cola more powerful than a small startup? Well, I don't know, right? It's a personal. It's a person more or less powerful than other. I don't know. I think it's a very interesting topic because by the end, power it's a very abstract concept as well. Yeah. And I think that this case, what illustrates again is the power of small things, right? And how today with, of course, media, communication, and so on, things could go super fast. And suddenly you can break things very quickly, right? And and something else about that, I think it's irony. I think it's important, right? Joking and having fun and enjoying things. These things help in negotiation as well, right?
Humor, yeah.
So
Bring in the sense of humor.